Late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News Night Beat. Coverage you can count on.
Good evening, Atlanta. Today's special investigation deals with the massive epidemic spreading throughout college campuses throughout the United States. They are taking a drug known as caffeine. To get a follow-up on this investigation, we go to our very own Indian reporter, Dave Baumick, on the scene at Georgia Tech Library.
Thanks, Alan. We're here at Price Gilbert Memorial Library, one of the many places students can obtain this caffeine, the supposedly performance-enhancing drug that they've been dipping into. In here, students can obtain this caffeine from dealers such as Starbucks and codename Jasmine. Let's see if we can get our hands on some of this material. It seems that someone has tipped Jasmine off about us coming. They've cleaned shop, but we will find this caffeine. In my exasperation, I decided to have a seat in the next building. And look what I find. Another dealer. Starbucks coffee. Just look at how many people depend on this performance-enhancing drug. And it's just that easy to get.
Thanks, Dave, for that investigative report. Now, to find the scientific effects that caffeine has, we go to our very own Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Now, can you briefly explain the biological effects of caffeine, please?
As I said before, these biochemical pathways, it is hypothesized that this causes decrease in the reaction time of the students, as well as increase their memory and cognitive abilities.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta delves further in the matter, employing LabVIEW and the Wiimote. These are the treatment types of his experiment.
For simple reaction tests, students were asked to press the A button on the Wiimote when the green light appeared. For choice reaction time, students were asked to press the corresponding values that appeared on the screen, matching those on the Wiimote D-pad. For recognition, students were asked to press Next when left or right appeared, and press the A button when up or down appeared on the screen. For the N-bag test, students used outside software and were asked to press A on the keyboard when the position on the screen matched the position that occurred 2 spaces back. This was repeated for 3, 4, and 5 spaces back.
The following are results from Dr. Gupta's study. 7 subjects were tested twice over the span of 2 days, with the order of the caffeine and placebo treatments being randomized. This experimental process allowed for the use of the matched pairs one-tailed t-test. In Figure A, a comparison between caffeine and its respective baseline was done. As can be seen, caffeine did in fact significantly reduce the reaction time for all 3 test types. A similar analysis was done in Figure B. As can be seen, the placebo did not reduce reaction time for any of the 3 tests. To strengthen the analysis, a difference between the treatment and baseline data were taken for both the placebo and caffeine data. Figure C shows that caffeine in fact had a larger decrease in reaction time than placebo, at statistically significant levels. Figure D shows a comparison of the percent change in NBAC test scores controlled for their baselines. As seen, caffeine does not significantly increase scores on this test when compared to the placebo. So Dr. Gupta, can you summarize the results you found from this experiment?
Okay, so basically from our caffeine experiments we found that the caffeine did actually decrease the reaction time after the treatment of caffeine as compared to the baseline or the placebo treatment, but we also found that it did not affect, decrease or increase the memory or cognitive abilities of the subject while doing some higher order brain functions. One of the major restrictions was the sleeping patterns of the people. As we all know, sleeping controls the stress levels and that reduces or increases the reaction time, but we cannot control it in our subjects. Also, the tolerance to the regular caffeine levels of subjects, as well as the food they ate before carrying out the experiment.
So there were many errors in this experiment?
There were not errors in this experiment, but we did find an interesting subject who showed some really peculiar results to the effect of caffeine. You can see here in this clip.
Trinity! Help!
Excellent work today, Dr. Gupta.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening to the experiment today.
Oh, no problem at all. I'm just curious, if Neo's caffeine experiment was yesterday, is he aware that his placebo experiment was today?
Oh man, I gotta call him. My bad. That was Don. No, wrong number. I gotta call Neo. Neo.
Hurry, Neo.
I heard gunshots. Is he alright?
Oh, Neo is dead.